Alright, everyone. So, this episode is not going to be very long. Not a whole lot to go over, though I do have a couple of updates. So, first and foremost, the campaign, the one-shot for D&D is going to be this coming Thursday. If you guys enjoy that well enough, then it looks like we are going to ancient Greece for the first official Draco Run campaign. We're gonna see kind of how that goes. If it goes well, if you guys actually enjoy it, then awesome. More than willing to go through with a full campaign. Otherwise, we can look into something else. I do still want to do D&D on the channel. I'm not exactly sure how that's gonna go. I might. Mihail, I don't know if you listen to these or not. If you do, I would appreciate you commenting on the video for me. First and foremost, letting me know you actually do fucking listen to these. In addition to, if things don't go as well as I hope they will, then I'm going to need your help with actually figuring out how specifically to DM. Not necessarily what style to use, but more than anything else, just learning how to actually do it. Because I'm going to ask you guys to indulge me a bit here. I've never done it before. I've said this numerous times, so I'm very likely going to screw up at some point during the game. But the beautiful thing is that even people that are considered to be some of the most skilled professionals when it comes to DMing have to look things up from time to time. So I'm not worried about being able to do this all like hands down and all that crap from the get-go. But I do ask that you kind of bear with me as I learn the process, because I want to be able to do something to give back, especially for you guys that enjoy it. Because especially for the people that have been there for years for me, you know what I mean? It's a pleasure to be able to do things like this when I have the ability to be able to give back. So I just ask that you bear with me on this learning curve for that. Now, to kind of touch base a little bit on work-related things, so far my new way of handling work is going very well. Tonight was going to be a very big challenge for me, but it turned out to be quite pleasant, actually. Usually Saturdays are some of the more irritating nights at work, and tonight was actually pleasantly quiet by comparison to how it normally can be. In addition, one of my statistics that, if I'm being 100% honest, was leading me effectively down the path to getting fired, has turned around so much that my supervisor, who I on some personal levels have issue with, on professional ones I know that she's just doing what she has to do because of her supervisors, but things have turned around to the point where she now has to literally acknowledge me having gone from not even hitting the per agent requirement for certain statistics to being the top performer in said statistic. So that's going well. But other than that, there's not really a whole lot that I do have that I want to go over at present. Although, going back to D&D for a moment, and this is probably going to take a little bit, but I'm going to do it. So, my thought is, with the fact that I'm going to hope that D&D goes well enough, because everyone seems to be upbeat about the thought of doing it. And from the sounds of it, we're going to have a potentially decent-sized group. From what I can understand of the kind of feedback I've been getting here as of late, it seems like we're going to genuinely have anywhere from 4 to 6 people playing. So that's going to be awesome. Now, bearing that in mind, since there seems to be such an overwhelming desire for us to do the ancient Greece or Greek mythology style campaign, I'm sitting here thinking out different ways to associate current D&D classes like paladins and things like that, specifically to the... I want to stick more to the 12 great gods of Olympus in terms of paladins. So that's going to be fun. Figuring out how to effectively make like a paladin for Ares, god of war, or Zeus. Zeus necessarily, I don't know that I would really make a paladin class specifically centered around him. I might make that more of like a sorcerer class. I don't know, like make him a patron or something. Or I'm sorry, warlock. Sorcerer is something. Sorcerer is a different type of spellcaster altogether. But yeah, that's kind of where my head is on that one now. So definitely, I'm hoping that things go fairly well with that. I don't know exactly what the overarching story is going to be just yet, but I'm fairly certain I can come up with something. I mean, with the help of others, because I'm not going to take full credit for myself, because with the help of others, I literally built an entire world full of lore. Lillian has helped, Gaius has helped, Wetherill has helped. There's a lot of people, Malchior, that have all pitched in and helped build the lore of this entire, not only world, but universe. And if we can do that together, I'm fairly certain that we can work out a pretty decent Greek mythology campaign. So, that being said, for anybody who's listening, when it comes time for the Greek mythology campaign to start, I'm obviously going to want to do a session 0 and get kind of some feedback about what type of characters you guys are planning on playing. And despite it being ancient Greece, I'm not going to limit the fantasy aspect of it really to any degree, minus a few tweaks here and there to some classes. But I do want to be able to make sure that there's a way to at least kind of incorporate things for each of the players, because I don't want anyone to feel left out, and I want it to feel enjoyable for everyone. Now, that part aside, because we're not on to the Greek mythology one yet, I would like for anyone wanting to take part in the one-shot, for you guys to kind of let me know what it is you're wanting to play, and any prevalent information about your characters, like backstory-wise, because I do want to make sure that there's, like I said, I want it to feel enjoyable for you guys. So I want you to be able to get something out of it other than just, oh, okay, I'm getting to play D&D. Because I don't want you guys to feel like you're settling on it just so you can play. And who knows? This may wind up turning into something that I can do full time. I don't know how well this is going to work. And I'm obviously, when I don't even have 50 subscribers yet, I don't see myself being able to go full time for YouTube anytime soon or anything like that. But I might wind up being able, through D&D, perhaps, I don't know. I may wind up being able to do this full time, and that's assuming, of course, the channel gets big enough for that. That would be nice to be able to have that as an option, I'm not going to lie. But I'm not going to put the cart before the horse, so to speak. So, we'll see kind of how things go on Thursday. I live in the central part of the United States. So right now for me, it is 4:24 in the morning. I don't know exactly what time it's going to be for anybody else at the moment. Although I do know that for Jen from the Poke Couple, you're an hour behind me. Lillian, I think you're an hour behind me as well. Gaius, I believe you're about 6 hours ahead of me, we figured out. Mahale, I believe you're probably 2 to 3 hours ahead of me. I know that you said you live somewhere in Puerto Rico. I don't know exactly what time zone that is as opposed to where I am. But we're going to be looking to start probably around like 6:30ish Thursday. Give me a little bit of time to get set up and everything like that. Finalize some details and things of that nature. Hopefully Lillian's computer issues are... Well, not computer issues. The internet issue. Hopefully that's fixed by then. It's been a weird couple of weeks, but I'm fairly certain everything should be able to work out for Thursday. Also, for anybody who needs help building characters or anything like that, Mihail, I don't even know if I'm saying that right, so I'm probably just going to call you Mike. Or Chaos. I'm more comfortable calling you Chaos regardless of anything else. Chaos has offered to help with character building details. Anybody who's read the thread knows that he's not really going to just dump a whole shit ton of information, but if you let him know kind of what you're trying to build, he's already agreed that he's more than willing to help. Chaos, let's try to avoid turning everybody into a power gamer or a min-maxer or anything like that. I'd really appreciate you not doing that to me. After 17 years, I hope that you have enough respect to not. But ultimately, I'm not going to limit you guys on how you want to play. I have no idea really how to... I'm not going to say punish, because ultimately I just want everybody to have fun. But suffice to say, Chaos, you are going to have some very special things to deal with. I hate when people do things like that. As I was saying, you're going to have some special things to deal with if you really push things. I know you said irritating me was an art for you and one of your favorite hobbies, which anybody that knows the group knows well how much you like to push my buttons. So let's please try to avoid that, because I don't want to do... Oh, let's be honest, the fact that we're both mature enough to even be friends at this point after the fucking history that we have, I think that says a lot about both of us, especially about me. But I said that I didn't want to make this a super long one, so I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Thank you guys for your support. I love you all, and I will see you next time.